Is that a cadaver? Someone's been killed!
Have I done this one? I don't think so. Haven't done that one. Haven't done that one. Do a few of these things. Okay, let's
I was hoping you'd show up.
see how badly I do on this one, since I generally suck at these things. And this is where I stuck it. Turns. Around the corner. Around the corner. Try to avoid the carriage. Fuck me. I suck at this.
Come on! Easy, easy. Faster!
could have been worse. Could have not finished. Been knowing that's been known to happen.
Congratulations on your victory.
Hello there, Flappy. How are you? Okay, what do I want to do? I don't want to do that one right now. Well, let's finish up the stuff that's in here. Let's go do...
Wait, be careful! That's not the usual driver!
Okay.
Come on!
Let's go meet Florence Nightingale.
Faster! Move it! Yeah! Come on! Faster! Move it! Easy, girl. You won't get away with it, you know.
And there we go. Let's go do this one. Where is everybody? Hello, kitty.
Miss Fry, what a pleasant surprise.
Hello, Clara. I was just going to check on Lambeth since the asylum's closing. What brings you here?
The children in my care have been falling ill. Our usual tonics aren't working. I came to...
Are you certain you're feeling all right?
Of course, I am, miss.
Clara!
Yeah, she's lying to her teeth.
Is there a doctor nearby?
Bring her inside. She simply collapsed.
Yes, she said the others took tonic, but it didn't work.
I should think not. Ever since Elliotson was murdered, the district has been overrun with counterfeit tonics. This one needs proper care. But without the appropriate medication, she and the others will quickly decline.
What do you need?
I need supplies. Plenty of them. And medicine. Some of the less common ingredients are being stolen and sold at auction.
I'd be happy to help.
Here's the list. Miss?
Fry. Evie Fry.
I'm Miss Nightingale. How do you do? Please hurry. We don't have much time.
Hello, Florence. Okay. Where are we going? My cat. Yeah, you're heavy cat. Yeah. No. I think I've discussed with you the fact you'd be on my lap all the time. Okay. Meters. Ow, your nails need to be trimmed, cat. what is involved. Lambeth. Money.
Thanks.
Fair amount of money.
Any news?
Really, is money more important than your child's health?
Pardon me, miss. That ain't right. Stop! Thief!
Please.
What's
I'll
all
give you
this
all
then?
the money I have.
Hey, what you doing there?
Fine, I killed the peddler. I don't want to... Probably could have. Oh well. Cat, your nails are still digging into my leg.
Let's go.
They're digging into my leg, Cat. And there we go. Cat, cut it out.
That's a good girl. You can't do it, go again. Bring the life out here. Knock her down.
I can't thank you enough. These supplies are meant for Miss Nightingale.
I'm here to collect them.
And they're already loaded on the cart. Please take them.
Giddy up!
You mean that card?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Please be careful. Some of those items are fragile.
3 minutes, huh?
Come on! Move it! Yeah! Come on! Faster! Come on!
Didn't mean to do whatever I did.
Come on! Move it!
to get to the asylum in time.
Here now. Slowly.
You're back. And not a moment too soon. I hope you brought the medication I requested.
How is she?
She will recover.
Pablo and Ellie, the children.
Thanks to you, we can distribute authentic medicine now.
But is that a permanent solution?
I will petition to have regulations put in place.
Lambeth is in your debt.
It takes a long time to change things. But I'm not going anywhere, Miss Fry.
Yeah, well, whatever. Okay. What does it say about Florence? Crafting. First thing first. First things first. Database. Encyclopedia. People. Florence. Florence Nightingale, born May 12, 1820. Florence Nightingale was driven by her faith and her conviction from a young age. She knew she wanted to become a nurse when she was a little girl, but her parents disapproved of the idea, seeing it as below their upper-class station. Nightingale would later tell her associates that she received a message from God when she was 17, telling her to become a nurse. That guy can be pretty specific. Now, I don't want to put down someone who did a whole lot of good for people, but that just seems a little convenient, doesn't it? What would have happened if God told her to be a plumber instead? Anyway, Nightingale trained herself to become a nurse, and when Britain entered the Crimean War in 1854, she found work on the front, a lot of work. With a staff of 38 volunteer nurses and 15 nuns she personally assembled, Nightingale was both disciplined and organized in administering care for the injured soldiers. I apologize, this is starting to read like a bad CV. The point is, she was very good at her job and recognized that nurses needed to be better trained at home before being sent into battle. Nightingale returned home in 1855 and established the Nightingale Fund, aimed at training nurses while the war raged on. In 1859, she published Notes on Nursing, which became the standard text used to train nurses, and founded the Nightingale Training Hospital in St. Thomas's Hospital the following year. The rest of her life was dedicated to advocating for women's rights and especially for better sanitation in London and India after discovering the role hygiene played in healthcare. Florence Nightingale died in her sleep on 13th of August 1910. She was 90 years old. While she left a great legacy behind, scholars these days are quick to point out that for all of her advocacy for women's rights, she opposed the idea of women working as physicians or even having the vote. The hell, Flo? Evie's Notebook, Entry 3. Dr. Ellison is dead, and with it goes the production of Stark's soothing syrup, the patent medicine of choice in London. Jacob is justifiably proud of the end of one of Crawford Sterrick's principal revenue streams, not to mention the death of one of his chief supporters. Unfortunately for us, that was not the end of the story. I visited Lambeth to find that things had not settled as we had hoped they would. Instead, in the absence of the syrup, people were turning to other tonics. Some of them little more than tinted water, others with less savory ingredients. Meanwhile, real medicine, was being stolen and sold to the highest bidder. Clara O'Day and several of her children fell ill and might not have pulled through, but for my intervention in the care of Miss Florence Nightingale. Bringing a cure to Clara and a cure to the borough at large are two very different things, so further action is required. Mr. Green assisted me in rooting out the thieves hoarding medical supplies. Jacob was nowhere to be found, and I have reported some of the culprits to Mr. Aberline for the police to deal with. The rest we have seen to ourselves. I have also put some of the assassin's money towards Miss Nightingale's efforts to create better sanitation regulations, which she assures me will help stall the spread of disease better than any tonic, however effective. I have no small delight in being able to count the famed Lady of the Lamp as an acquaintance, although our first meeting was under unpleasant circumstances. Okay. Let's head over here. Work in this district now. Well, let's do one of these. So. Fine, we'll tackle the thief.
Someone help me! Please! The devil went off that way!
What's all that happening over that way?
I'll skin you for that!
What's this?
Something bad's going on over there, I reckon.
Mercy. Mercy.
I know. Just cause. Ooh, can't go that way.
Come on!
Can't go that way.
Come on! Faster!
And over we go. Bang, crash, boom.
Come on! Move it! Faster! Come on! Move it!
There was. Sorry, sorry. Well, let's see. What raids? Okay, let's go. Let's go catch a train if one's said train is available. Let's see what is available.
Where's your pen?
Any trains? Any trains? My train's up there. Wrong train station. Fine. It's at the wrong train station.
Jason Bear! There's a trespasser there!
Not sure what I'm supposed to be. Sabotage contraband, huh?
I am not in the mood for this shite. Killer!
point of these boxes doesn't work very well. They're actually doing anything for me.
She's an intruder!
No, steal! Yeah, well. What's wrong with the boat races? It's more complicated than I want to deal with right now. More complicated than I want to deal with.
He stuck a knife in me chest with a blade. Cast off!
Let's do the one on this side first.
Should have taken another.
No, let's do the back end of the boat first. How many are there? How many are there? 5.
You're not getting out of here alive! There she is!
Mark.
Sorry, she's scarping. Where'd she go?
Come on, come on, come on. Are you anonymous yet? Thank you. we go. Done. Okay, that one's done.
A good haul, boss.
Next up. where did it put me? Well, not super close to where I want to be, but close to the right district anyways. Do I have enough skill points now? Nope.
I'm thinking I might run off.
City of London. It's a nice park. Full of nice people, I'm sure. Sorry lady. Sorry sir. And let's get up out of the crowds. Quite the up I wanted to go to, but it works. It works. Another market. And over we go. And swing. Oh, you can make that jump, Evie. You know you can. Told you you could. Up we go.
Sod, right? You'll be singing a different tune once I'm through with you.
And there you go. Need a little bit of ammunition. What I really need is a viewpoint near where I'm going. Well, I suspect that is the viewpoint that I want. Let me guess, St. Paul's. Up we go. Climb another church. Climbed lots of churches. Let's change it to that way. Right? I hope it does it. It might either be that one or that one. But I'm here, so we'll climb it. Hello, box. Synchronize. Oh, that's the sync point. My mistake. I'm gonna have to climb it again, I knew. So. Yeah, about 75. 9,000, that's a fair chunk of change. No. Come on. Pick my lock. Not sure what I found. We'll check. Let me get up here. Okay. A lot of stuff under me. What do I have here? Crafting. Fine. Encyclopedia. Location, City of London. St. Paul's Cathedral. The church built... The earliest church built on this site in the name of St. Paul dates back to 604 CE. It was made of wood and burned down 71 years later. Subsequent churches were likewise wooden and likewise consumed by fire until the chaplain to William the Conqueror built the cathedral out of stone in 1087. This building would survive for 600 years. It's almost like stone isn't flammable. Bloke was a bloody genius. St. Paul's Cathedral was originally a place of Catholic worship and a center of public activity. Trading took place in the cathedral, as well as the games of sport, despite objections from those in charge of the cathedral. When Henry VIII severed ties from the Catholic Church, St. Paul's became a Protestant cathedral, and although it went back to Catholic worship under Mary, Queen of Scots... No, that's wrong. It wasn't Mary, Queen of Scots. It was... Ah! It was Mary Tudor, not Mary of Scotland. St. Paul's became Protestant once and for all under Queen Elizabeth, 1859. Efforts to restore St. Paul's were delayed time and time again by such events as the English Civil War and the Great Fire of 1666, which claimed the cathedral as one of its many casualties. Legendary architect Christopher Wren, who was only in his 30s, was hired to redesign St. Paul's before it was destroyed by the Great Fire. And he engineered the design and constructed a new revitalized cathedral. By the 19th century, St. Paul's had once again lost its luster. Queen Victoria remarked that the cathedral was dreary, dingy, and undevotional. Funds were raised to improve the cathedral by such philanthropists as Maria Hackett and William Weldon Champneys, but not Crawford Stark. Interesting. Case of the conflicted courtship.
I see.
Okay, where are we at? 60 meters. Nope. Don't want to hijack the carriage, I'm sorry, but other things to do. Other things to do. Hello, you two. Okay, play. No, not.
I was sad to see a young lady.
A tragedy in the park.
Another chance to sort out a diabolical conundrum. One that I'll turn into a one-a-penny read for Purlock Publishing.
Inspect Prudence Brown's corpse. Okay, I will. The park. Hello, Prudence. You don't looking well, if I do say so myself. The park, Prudence Brown, a young woman with identifying papers, stabbed many times in highly violent manner. Wounds that indicate a left-handed attacker. So, I have for 4 clues. Well, there's a clue right there. Packet. A small paper packet containing powdered medication, stamped Dr. Trevor Alton, with an address.
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
I haven't even found a suspect yet. Handbag contains an appointment diary. 10 a.m. Trevor, Park, noon, Gilbert, his house. The address is indicated in the back of the agenda.
I should return and find out about this.
Follow the blood trail. And a knife. A knife. The bloody nerd or weapon, it is a standard kitchen knife.
Keep the peace and move along. No sense causing trouble.
Okay, Dr. Alton's office and Gilbert's house, which are about the same distance apart. So we'll go to the good doctor first. Gentlemen. Dancers. Hello, here's the door. What do I have? I have 3 and 5. Prudence,
I don't
Mr.
know
Shelby.
any of Dr. Alton's other patients.
Okay. Hello, what's this? Inspect. Dr. Alton's office note. Dear Miss Knight, I would ask you to please suspend Mr. Shelby's prescription. This note, as well as all medical entries in the office, appear to be written by a right-handed man. Let me guess. This is Miss Wright? Claire Knight, sorry.
I'm sorry to hear about her murder. She was a patient here, but increasingly began to stop by socially. So she was meeting Dr. Alton in the park, was she? My understanding was that she was engaged to someone. In any case, the good doctor could do better, in my opinion. Perhaps now he will.
Okay, not that fond of her. Not that fond of her, huh? Hello, what's this? Mr. Shelby's medical file. Since using this treatment, Mr. Shelby has overcome his paralyzing timidity with astonishing success. However, owing to the effects I've seen of the same drug on Mr. Baxter, I feel obliged to terminate Mr. Shelby's use altogether.
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
Miss Brown came to see me oppressed by a grave anxiety concerning her recent engagement. This was not a medical concern, but nevertheless, I prescribed a mild sedative. However, she has since embarked on an irregular relationship with someone I shall not name. The situation is intolerable. So she wasn't seeing the doctor, she was consulting the doctor.
I'm quite angry, actually. I was having such terrific results. I felt like a new man. Much more vigorous and outgoing. But the doctor has ended the prescription altogether for no reason.
Okay, Mr. Shelby. Shelby patient. Fire night nurse. Right-handed writing. Oh, a fairly nice office, though. Let me guess, this is a good doctor? Prudence.
Oh my God, Prudence! How horrible! I was about to propose. But I don't understand. She and I didn't have a meeting arranged today. It is true that we sometimes meet in the park, but there was no arrangement for this morning.
Oh, maybe she did have an offer.
That's very odd indeed. Prudence was a patient here, but wasn't given this prescription. There's no reason that she should be carrying such a packet.
Okay. Oh, you have more to say? Cut cheek.
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
Okay. Let's see what's in the next office. I still have 2 clues left to find. There's one right there. Doctor, I do hope that our professional relationship does not preclude a closer rapport. Yours most sincerely, Miss Claire Knight. Hello, book. Files. Baxter now appears to be totally reliant on the treatment. He consumes far more than the prescribed dosage and is constantly demanding more. In addition, he has become alarmingly aggressive, going so far as to assault me physically. Furthermore, he has recklessly seduced several women over the past 2 weeks. Well,
I believe I should reinterrogate a suspect.
Okay, we have 2 suspects to reinterrogate. What do we have here? Treatment.
You appreciate, I'm sure, that I cannot discuss the condition of any of my patients.
Uh-huh. Downstairs. So, we know the doctor was seeing the lady. We know his nurse did not like the lady. We know that Mr. Shelby was having the same treatment as whoever this Mr. Baxter is, who turned out not to be a nice guy.
Mr. Baxter apparently attacked the doctor yesterday. It was after hours, but the doctor did have a cut on his cheek. Poor man. Dr. Alton makes house calls to see him. Baxter doesn't come into the office. I make up the prescriptions and he picks them up at noon when I'm away at lunch.
Okay. So let's go to Gilbert's house. Let's go to Gilbert's house. Hello, Gilbert's house. Oh, there's the door to Gilbert's house. So I have 1 clue and 1 suspect. And let me guess, this is Gilbert. Prudence.
Prudence and I are engaged to be married. I'm desperate to see her. She should be by any moment. She had something important to tell me. I'm worried she's going to break off the engagement. Prudence has been so distant lately. I believe she has a misplaced affection for her doctor, the cad. I would make a much more appropriate husband, and the wedding is planned.
Of course it is. Of course you are. Frida's fiance. Where is... There it is. Letter from Prudence. Dearest Gilbert, I have something of the utmost importance to tell you. I shall call tomorrow at noon. Please, dear Gilbert, know that whatever I have to say, I will always hold in the highest esteem. Yours, Prudence. The letterhead gives Prudence's address. Let's see what's upstairs. Office. So what do we have here so far? A crafting thing that I forgot about. A bunch down here I can craft, but first I have to... Okay, sorry about that. Okay. What did I just craft? I crafted something. Ivory, jade. They're about the same. So what I wanted to see was the dreadful crime stuff. Prince Brown, packet. Mr. Shelby claims not to know any of the other patients. Claims that he was making remarkable progress. He felt like a new man, vigorous and outgoing. However, the doctor ended the prescription. Claims he saw her yesterday. Also claims they did not have a meeting arranged today, amidst they were sometimes met in the park, but claims there was no such arrangement this morning. States that Prudence was his patient, but never given a prescription for the medication found in the park. Declines to discuss the condition of any of his patients. Indicates the cut in the streak was due to one of his patients. Does not elaborate. States that Prudence was the patient to the doctor. Notes that Prudence increasingly began to make calls without any medical justification. Claims the doctor sees Baxter only on house call. States that she makes up the prescription and Baxter picks it up when she's away. Expresses displeasure that Prudence would meet Dr. Alton in the park. Claims that Prudence was engaged to someone else. Seems to think a romance with the doctor may now be possible for herself. Believes the cut in Dr. Alton's cheek came from an altercation with Baxter, although she did not witness this. Gilbert seems to be unaware of Prudence's death. States that they were engaged to be married. Claims that he's waiting for her and isn't concerned that she's about to break the engagement. Suspects Prudence is attracted to Dr. Alton, an elusive man. Yeah, well, they're busy fighting. Good bully for them. Need to go to Prudence's house now. Yeah, let's go this way. Why not? This way? And up we go. Where the heck does she live? Quite a ways away. Up we go. And some here. Right? Oh no, it's over the other side. It is up there. And now we up we go. Moneylenders, auctioneers, stockbrokers. Okay, Prentice's house.
Why don't you come down?
Thank you, but no. Must be up a flight. Or 2 flights. And there is 1 suspect and 2 clues. Diary. Several entries stand out. I hold Gilbert in the greatest esteem, but I simply cannot imagine marriage and all it entails. I've seen so little of the world. I have begun to see a doctor in an attempt to calm my nerves and concentrate my mind. Dr. Alton is kind and gentle, and the solicitous manner which he listens is as beneficial as any medication. Oh, what a rapturous night! The timid Dr. Trevor Alton has surprising depths. We had a chance encounter in the park, whereupon he began to speak to me with such intensity and passion, I was quite swept up. Soon his ardent kisses took my breath away. Could it be that I found that love at last? And then, what then of my engagement to Gilbert? My feelings for Trevor, it seems as so silly to call him Dr. Alton now, are as strong as ever, but mixed with concern. He has become moody, even tormented. He complains of his experimental treatment of his patients. I have told him that what I plan to break things off with Gilbert. Trevor and I are to meet in the park this morning. Is it a proposal in the offing? If he does propose, oh, please let it be so. I shall go directly to Gilbert and break it off with him. A swift, sharp break is best for everyone. I think I see where this is going. Dearest Trevor, I must tell you that this evening something unsettling occurred. After a tete-a-tete in the park, I set off for home, but all the while thinking of you. But suddenly a young woman appeared and began to berate me in the street, never ceasing to shout insults and shameful allegations involving someone named Baxter. Isn't that the patient you have had such trouble with? Oh, my dear, I managed to slip away, but it was so terribly upsetting. But now I see that it is too late to post this, and I will see you tomorrow in any case, my love. I still think I see where this is going. Oh, there's someone down there. Hello, lady. Prudence.
I saw her kissing my man in the park, didn't I? I followed her to this street yesterday, but lost her. I'll come every day if need be, until I catch her again. That trollop better promise to let him alone, or I'll give her what for. He's all mine, I tell you. All the girls want a bit of Baxter, but they can't have him. You ask him yourself, he lives just that way.
Okay. Baxter's house. I still think I see where this is going. I do. Who's found 7? Inspect. Scattered papers. She plans to break her engagement. Because of you, I won't have it. I shall marry her myself. At least that way she will remain a respectable woman, written by a right-handed man. She means nothing to you. You are a monster of my own making, written by a right-handed man. This is written by the good doctor, I do believe. I can't extinguish her life, so I shall extinguish hers, written by a left-handed man. There's a spot of blood in the note. get what I wanted is my due, written by a left-handed man. I so see where this is going. You are nothing but a burden to me, a pathetic, sniveling burden. If only I could be rid of you, written by a left-handed man. Paper packets. Many empty paper packets. They have
I should
a residue
return
of
and find
powder.
out about this.
And some knives. Collection of kitchen knives identical to the ones found at the crime scene. One is missing. Ooh, it's so ominous. Like I said. No, I read it.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
You there! Come down sometime!
While I'm here, let's get this chest. Hello, lady. What does Lulu have to say? Lulu claims she saw her lover and Prudence kissing in the park. States that she followed Prudence on her way home, but then lost her. Returns daily in hopes of seeing Prudence and to warn her away from her lovers. Claims that Baxter is her lover. States that that other women are after him. Point out Baxter's house nearby. So now I need to go back to Dr. Alton's office, which is a ways away. Oh, Lord, love a duck. Sorry. Missed my turn off. Missed my turn off. Oh, this just sucks. Just check one thing before I go. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any clues outside of Prudence's house. Nope, no other clues there. Okay. Obviously I can't have nice things. Okay. Let's talk to Gilbert first. Let's talk to Gilbert first. forgot there was a door here. Baxter.
I've never heard of such a man.
Hey. Uh-huh. Hello, kids. Bye, kids. No, there's nothing more in the park. Let's go talk to the good doctor. Hello, good doctor. Oh, is it the nurse? Must be the nurse. It certainly isn't Shelby. Hello, nurse.
That medicine was developed by Dr. Alton specifically for one of our patients, Mr. Shelby. But he's been using it for another patient as well.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what the story is.
Oh God, it's true. I couldn't help myself. The powder unleashed a creature within me. He seduced the innocent Prudence and then killed her to prevent us from marrying. It's too horrible.
I knew something was amiss with the medical powder, but didn't understand until you found those papers. Well done.
Up to the click with you.
Dr. Trevor Alton's experimental medication seemed to be so successful on one of his patients that he tried it on himself and created a monster. Going under the name of Baxter, the second drug-altered personality lived a wild, scandalous life, seducing women as he went. The unsuspecting Prudence Brown, believing him to be Dr. Alton, fell in love with him with the passionate Baxter. Meanwhile, Baxter continued his seductions, which included the possessive Lulu, who later followed Prudence, planning to threaten her. Horrified by Baxter's actions, Dr. Alton resolved to marry Prudence in order to save her reputation. Baxter, however, would not have his freedom curtailed in any way and arranged to meet Miss Brown in the park, where he viciously murdered her, a crime for which Dr. Alton will pay the price. Henry Raymond. Okay, skill point. Is that 2 or 3? That is 3. Pleasant Day. Yes, I know I unlocked that. Let's see. Giovanna Borgi, 5 out of 7. Your mind is damaged, child. You dream of dreamers past, lives that once were surface again. You must sink or you will be lost. Dreams of the cavern again. I run my phantom hands along its walls and recognize every flaw. There is writing here, but I cannot read it. Carved into texture, burned into shadow. Answers unreachable within my slumber. I am flying without form. I am the wind. No, I am upon the wind, pulled away from the city, across field and forest. Once again I study my path, though I know it will be lost when I wake. I hear them, warnings, prophecy, doom, nightmares. I am needed. I need. I see a face. It is my own, and then it is my father's, my Caesar. The flesh upon his skull picked apart by carrion birds. Cleopatra and Caesar kiss while Roma burns. I shout to Caesar, turn around, turn and save your people. There are 23 blades, 23 keys. Excess information easily shed, unimportant, irrelevant. go down and do something else now. Yeah, windows are always good. I like windows. What else is around? Do I want to do a room with a view? Well, why don't I go back to my train, get the money that's there, and then make a decision of what I want to do. Where's my train? No, that's not my train. There's my train. There is my train.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
Piano playing, have you? Don't strike a false note.
Can I upgrade anything here? Probably. 10,000, 10,000, 8,000, 10,000. More money. 12,000. No. Let's do a little bit of crafting. Gear. Still can't craft any of that stuff. Can't craft that. Can't use any of that stuff, so what's the point? Do I want to do this last one? Might as well. Other way.
Now, what was that, I wonder? Good day, my ladyship.
Okay, now what do we do? What are we supposed to do here? Speak to which merchant? This merchant? Speak to what merchant? With that merchant. Okay, well that means I have to get off the train. Okay, let's go and find this merchant. Am I even going the right way? No, I am not. Oh, Lord, love a duck. Run away, fly away. Okay, let's go find the merchant. Speak to the merchant. Hello, Mr. Dorian. How are you, Dorian? How is your evening? Oh, well, I always forget about time zones. In that case, how is your morning? Well, that's good. Okay, on the other side of this, huh? No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go that way. Well, you know, it is handy to get used to once you start using it. Kind of like when I replay the early Uncharted games, I kind of miss the rope thingy they've got there in the later two. Where's my leap of faith going to be? Oh no! This way, maybe? Like, how dare they invent new handy gadgets late in the game series? Mr. Merchant.
I would like a 7-inch flywheel, please.
Hang on a minute. Damn it. I can't get a blessed thing done around here.
Miss Evie! I've done something dreadful! The train won't stop!
Keep your flywheel.
Takes talent, and some people just have talent.
Quick! The brakes are gone! She's bursting into flame! Climb round and put out the fires while I fix the brakes!
That was fun.
These fires won't put themselves out.
Where does this bastard thing go?
I need to be quick. Another one.
Well, you know, it's kind. It's the train she lives on, so.
I can't let these fires take hold.
She's doing it for her home.
I've got to stay on top of this.
Time events.
I must get them out quickly.
No, out this door. They're too kind-hearted. They probably won't. They might yell at him a bit, but I can't see them firing him.
Another one over there.
Come on, extinguish. The problem is that sometimes these extinguishing things have...
Come on, 30 seconds and we should be stopped.
That's not very handy. Well, I don't know if they've invented chemical extinguishers yet.
10 seconds left.
But you think a blanket would work better. Fall off the train. Oh, way to go. Yeah, but it's not raining at the moment. It's pretty dry. Where does this save me? Since I fell off the train. Was it? Wasn't enough for me to notice. Let's go and do this over.
She's bursting into flame! Climb round and put out the fires while I fix the brakes!
Now I see the rain.
These fires won't put themselves out.
Where does this bastard thing go?
I need to be quick. He's down.
If I can do it a little bit faster than before.
I can't let these fires take hold.
doing better. So far, I'm doing better.
I must get them out quickly.
Extinguish it, damn it.
Just one more minute and we should be safe. Another one over there. Come on, 30 seconds and we should be stopped.
Oh, it's timed. You have to...
Only 10 seconds left.
That's what you could do with a hammer.
What was that? I better check on the driver.
Yeah, the driver's probably dead.
Engage the brake! I'm hurt! Engage the brakes! Now!
I guess. Must be.
I really must tell Bob not to make any more improvements on the train.
See, I told you they weren't going to fire. See, I told you they wouldn't fire him. You know, it's amazing what you can do with a hammer. Okay. Now what? They should, but they won't. Well, why don't I do this one? Because it's right there. It's close. And she's still carrying the frickin' hammer. Well, since that's the first time that Bob's made an appearance, I don't think it's something they'd have to worry about. I think Bob was only there for the mission. And there she goes, drowning people. No, he was going the wrong way. I want to go this way. Maybe another time. And now I'm not there. That's my theory. If you're going to be on a little tiny boat in the middle of a great big river, you should know how to swim. Either that or jump like she can jump. well, she can ask Star when she's met him. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, actually. Jumping from boat to boat sometimes is a whole lot of fun. It's all a matter of timing. Yep. You can't fight them both like you could in Black Flag or Rogue. And you're not sailing the ships, but you can jump.
Who's she? Looks familiar.
Hello, what's more? It's time to bring her in!
Not gonna hurt you, kitties. I tried. Unfortunately, when it's those ones, I never know which one is the stealth guy. They all look the same. So I usually fail.
If little Master Daniels were to just suddenly go missing...
I have 6 kids to free, and I have to kill the foreman. Where is the foreman? There's the foreman. I did not do the ones at Unity at all, because I suck at them.
Third batch of kids this month, and still no progress.
She hiding from the coppers.
Strange, she's still carrying the freaking hammer.
She looks alright, Jackie.
Well, it can be. You know, certainly some of the actions are different than the other ones. Well, I mean, Connor and Hathan were pretty much, I mean, it's the same, those were the same games, so they're fairly similar playing styles.
Back to work.
And even with the 2 and 3, I don't think it was that big of a change. I found the big thing between a lot of it, and even with this one, is getting the timing down so you can do the counters, and that took me a long time to figure out. Oh yeah, I mean they're not. Those are really different. I know, and there's definitely differences. This one is probably more like the previous two. I think they sorry, my headphones are acting up. I think they went back to certain things, like they have the regenerating health again. They have in Unity you were parrying, which was different than countering. And now you're back to countering again.
Juice. Give no water.
And even though there's quite an extensive skill tree in this one, it unlocks a lot faster than it does in Yeah. It's not a permanent... It's not a permanent tag like it was in some of them. Or no, sorry. It is a permanent tag.
Jason here! I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
The tag that you've got here is permanent. Where the tags that you laid down in Unity weren't. You don't have the Eagle Vision's much like it was back in the other games where it stays on until you do something like move fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the tags don't die in here once you actually tag them. You can highlight them and not tag them. But once they're tagged, they're kind of tagged for, you know, I don't know if they're tagged for life, but certainly while you're in vicinity of the area. So yeah, a lot of the ways that they've gone back to a lot of the things that they changed for Unity. The action moves a little bit faster than it does in the previous ones. Like when she's fighting, she does tend to move faster. But you get used to that. And like I said, the skill tree opens up a lot faster. Most of the things are not as critical. Like, you know, I mean, there's locksmith, there's locks. It's not so much that he's sluggish. I find that there's lag in the game. So that when you're doing stuff, your actions don't keep up with what he's doing. It's really... Yeah. So his actions, and sometimes the lag is really noticeable when you're doing the co-op, but I find that there's lag sometimes even when you're not doing the co-op. And I don't know why it's so laggy. I don't know if it's just that they're so tied to the internet or something. I don't know. Possibly. That's beyond my knowledge. I am not someone who knows much about that stuff at all. Possibly. Like I said, that's all beyond what stuff that I know. What was I going to do here? I want to see what we've got here. About. That's what I wanted to see. Why I wanted to see what these secrets are. City of London. So I've got one of them. So I've got one that's looking near one of the train stations, which I'm pretty close to. One that's overlooking a church. Okay, like I said, when it comes to the technical stuff, beyond my scope. But yeah, it does seem a bit laggy at times, and that can sort of impact a few things, that's for sure. But overall, I liked Unity. I have no big complaints about it. Yeah, because, well, I mean, they developed Rogue to play on the PS3 only. It wasn't for the PS4. So that's probably largely it. Oh, it's this one over here. Never mind. I am hearing things. Let's do a little minor mission. Let's do that one. Because I don't really want to get into a big one tonight, if I can. At least not yet. But I have to admit, the lag's probably my biggest complaint about Unity. And I can even live with that, so... Oh, there it is. Hello, box. True, and that's just it. They, you know, for they did change a lot of the little things, and like they're going for a very different type of feel. I think, you know, they're trying to play up the co-op aspect of it, and the co-op part of it was big. Yeah, but then again, I find that for a lot of games, it's not just the Assassin's Creed games. A lot of times they just cover the basic. Gameplay. So it's this one. You know, I think that's a bit of a glitch. She's not supposed to be carrying it now. Pretty sure. I'm hoping that when I quit and come back, the hammer will be gone. It's a bit annoying. Oh, it's Abbott's Cocoa, not Steric. Never mind. Well, we'll keep doing the way I'm going. Because I notice when she's fighting, the hammer disappears and she's got her usual weapon back. Oh, you mean the... Which... In this game or in... I'm not sure which secret missions you're talking about. Oh, yeah. You know, that's why there's if you get too frustrated, there's always video guides.
Thinks I've gone mad, I reckon.
And this one isn't so bad. It's you know, a lot of the times, by the time I get to the point, I mean, they have the picture, I can usually get a sense of where it is, and then a lot of the times I've come across them because I can hear the music box. But like I said, there's always video guides too for if I can't find them. Not stealthy at all, I know.
I'll go to the police.
The Nostradamus, the thing with this one though, I haven't figured out what the rhymes have to do with the pictures. They don't seem to have any bearing whatsoever on the pictures. Well, you know.
Deep,
subtle sometimes is overrated. Out and out murder.
Deep discounts on all essential goods and services.
Oh, where is this person? Okay, stock maker. And then Mr. Marks. Grieving worker plots violent revenge involving some Templar explosives. Stop him before someone gets hurt.
My poor
Well,
friend,
we'll try.
Frank Morris. His son dropped dead of exhaustion after finishing an 18-hour shift. Frank is consumed by grief. He blames the government for refusing to protect the rights of the worker. I can't blame him for his rage, but I fear his actions have gone too far. He plans to steal a shipment of nitroglycerin and use it to attack the Houses of Parliament.
That can't be good.
Killing people and destroying property solves nothing. Democracy is the only road to socialism. Please stop him before he gets himself or anyone else killed.
Okay, the carriage. Fine. I bet that's what they want me to do, is drive this.
Watch it, baby!
Whoa! That must be the explosives. No sign of Mr. Morris yet, though.
What in hell? Who are you?
A friend of Mr. Karl Marx. Now please, let me focus.
You tell Mark that I don't need his help, or yours!
Ooh! This doesn't work well when you're not a good driver.
Even a dog will fight if kicked once too often!
They have a lot of the, you know, famous people of the times.
I don't like being told what to do!
But they can't get their history right. There's one entry that says that Mary Queen of Scots reinstituted Catholicism in England.
Go left!
Gotta go.
Turn right!
Roll then.
Turn right! Go left! Go left! We're gonna be blown up if you're not more careful!
Well, I know he played with locks and things. I don't know if he wanted to be a locksmith, but I know he was kind of one of those stereotypical ones that
Slow down. There you go. There you are.
I think a lot of kings had hobbies like that. Some of them hunted and killed things, and some of them played with, tinkered with toys.
Go left!
Gotta go.
Turn right!
That's it.
Turn right!
Come on.
Well, I can't turn right just yet.
Calmly.
Ah. Well, you know, simplifies things. I know he tinkered with stuff. Yeah, but so much of history is propaganda.
Easy, girl.
Up there! Who are these people?
Some very determined individuals.
We're trapped down there, so I send and deal with them. Get your bloody hands off me!
Yeah, right when he's shooting it that close to nitroglycerin. Oh, speak. Speak. Not sure who the guy just standing there is, but hey. Uh-huh.
They got the nitro back. That must please you.
Not a bit. I doubt their designs on the explosives are any nobler than yours. Damn. Now I'll have to work out where they've taken it and why.
I might be able to assist you. Find me in Southwark when you're ready.
Well, it's like even in, what is it, in Brotherhood, the whole Borgia thing. They based, you know, even though it's sort of accepted history about the Borgias, a lot of that stuff is just rumor. It's not based on any actual evidence. It's based on rumor, and there's a lot of the, you know, look at the histories, and some of that stuff is, you know, that some of the stuff that they did wasn't even all that bad. In fact, if you get right down to it, the current royal family in England has a bit of Borgia blood in them. Not only what likely happened, but who has the best, you know, who has got the best writers, the best, you know, publicists. Fine, we'll finish up with the Mark's missions. Well, because there's so much that isn't written down or isn't documented, and they can only go by what they know. And there's eras where big swaths of stuff got left out, and people, you know...
They're moving the shipment, but we must go now. There's a carriage on the next corner. If we hide within, they'll drive us right to it.
It's time you went home. I'll hide in the carriage alone.
Or better than a John Cabot.
Back to a cold and cheerless house where I'll wear black gloves and sport a weed on my hat for a year. Then I'll return to the factory like a small cog in the great wheel of capital. No, I want justice. I must have those explosives.
I grieve with you. But would your wife want to see your hands stained with the blood of so many?
I am trying to build a better world. To ensure that no one suffers what my son did.
Well, that's true.
Pray tell me, friend. How much blood do you consider that to be worth?
Hide in the Templar carriage. Me and my hammer.
I'll keep those ones alive until they take me to our destination.
There's no escape.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Keep up your attack!
Yeah, well... Can I restart? Huh? Can I restart since I fucked that up? No, it's progress tracker, memories. Well, you know. What about if I do this? Quit memory, yes. Want to restart the memory. Well, I didn't know she was going to keep the hammer in her hand, so it's kind of late for that. No, just annoying. And like I said, I'm hoping the next time I quit the game and restart it, the hammer's gone. Usually things like that are. And in fact, the hammer's gone now.
They're moving the shipment, but we must go now. There's a carriage on the next corner. If we hide within, they'll drive us right to it.
It's time you went home.
And you'll never see anything like them again.
I'll keep those ones alive until they take me to our destination.
I don't want to hijack the driver! I want to hide in the carriage. True, and there was I've just finished playing the new Prey DLC, and there was a couple of times I got stuck, and that was really annoying because the problem with getting stuck is that it wouldn't let me do anything. I couldn't fast travel out of there. I couldn't, kill myself and restart. And the save system they've got there, that was really frustrating. See if I can do it yet again.
They're moving the shipment, but we must go now.
Yeah.
There's a carriage on the next corner.
Wife, son, depressing.
I'll keep those ones alive until they take me to our destination.
How do you hide in this freaking carriage?
Don't think yourself safe because you're over there.
Hide, hold. That's all I wanted to do.
I'm going to give you such a kicking. I'll toss you in the bloody river. Not you.
Oh, for the love of God, I hate this game sometimes. At least I got in the carriage. True. However, I am really tired of restarting this game. This better be a fast mission after this part, because I am getting impatient. But I have to get up in the morning, so I have to quit soon.
Moving the shipment, but we must go.
Oh, I know. Sometimes if you can't skip things, it's very annoying.
I'll keep those ones alive until they take me to our destination.
That's all I wanted to do the whole time. So not hard. So not hard.
Well, they'll never get hold of it now.
Bleeding anarchists. Couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery.
A About bloody time. What took you so long?
Oh, they drive about as well as I do.
See anyone try and break in here.
Come on. Easy.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I think sometimes they just want things to be, you know, they feel that people want to see their story so much or whatever.
I'm sorry, but my need is greater than you know.
Oh, the little bugger.
Will be done. Wait, don't...
Mr. Morris! Poor man. I hope he finds some kind of peace.
Now to destroy the crate! No one is getting their hands on this hellfire!
Hopefully I have enough bullets. But I don't have that many bullets. True.
Come back here, cow.
Okay.
I want her bleeding and broken. My sights. Come back here, cow. I have her in my sights. Stand a chance. Try actually hitting her. Take your bullets. Throw everything you have at her. One at a time.
Well, my biggest problem actually with that one is I kept forgetting which button to hit to shoot. I kept trying to hit L2 to shoot, and it's like, oh, no, that doesn't work. Not anymore. Back away, buddies. But I am too much of an idiot when it comes to computers to play on a computer. I did for a while, and then I found all the I found all the updates and everything not up to my liking. I'm much more of a plug-and-play kind of person. Okay, let's go talk to Marks.
Onward, girl. She wasted all her savings.
You're back. Mr. Morris, I see. I was afraid it would come to this. He was a good man, but even the best of us can lose our way when blinded by grief. Still, I thank you for preventing a greater tragedy.
You mean the sections? Yeah. You sort of open up each section by doing the little missions like these ones here, like that child thing. And there's a certain number in each district. And then afterwards you fight a gang war or something. They're not too hard. Well, you know, different times, different places. Essentially, it comes down to the same thing. You're killing a whole lot of people. But I have to go for the night because 5:30 in the morning comes awfully early. Well, I rarely do when I'm start doing the day shift. Way too much of a night owl. A lot of waking up and going back to sleep and waking up and going back to sleep and looking at the clock and worried that I'm going to oversleep and miss my alarm and all that fun stuff. And the funnest part of the game sometimes, dancing around.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
Looks a bit tatty.
Miss Fry. I'm afraid that outfit's no longer in style.
Let's see if there's anything that I've opened up. And this is the same as kind of the cafe, the various hideouts. Let's jump. No. That they have. Let's put a big ol'... We'll take grenade prototype. The very first unsuccessful prototype of Alexander Graham Bell's will take grenade. Exactly, or the hideout in the Tiber River, or pretty much in any of the games except for 2, I think, didn't really have a hideout. Bowl of wooden decorated fruit, a gift from Alec after we saved him from the murder most foul. Clearly a bit of a joke based on his trigger words. To each, fallen comrades. Given out in respect by the organizer of London's Underground Fight Club.
There are all manner of things to do in this vast city. Some of them legal.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
exactly. Oh, that's the one that was in 2. I kept forgetting. I forgot about that. That's the one. But I agree with you. It was a bit.
Ah, Evie. There you are.
How much money do I have? 25? Let's upgrade this a bit more. 10,000. 10,000. That was very interactive, yeah. I say it's been quite a while since I've played 3, so a lot of it I don't necessarily remember. But I do remember that was interesting. You know, you'd go through every time and see what was new, see what was different. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Inventory, I think everything is more or less up to date for what I want. Can't use those. Can't use that. Can't use that. Don't think there's anything new that I haven't unlocked. Just the crafting. The only thing I have with some of this stuff is that you upgrade yourself a lot faster than you get the gear. They're too high of level. I'm only level 8 and they're level 9. And that's one of the big issues I've got, is that you can level yourself up a lot faster than you can unlock the gear. So for instance, these gauntlets here I need to craft, but I have to find the schematic, which is either hidden in a chest or behind a minor mission which I haven't done or something. And then they get some here that are story based, like if you look at some of these weapons here, these are all story based weapons or memory based weapons, yet I'm already beyond that point where I need them. I'm already up to these ones here. So, you know, there's lots of gear, you just get them too fast, or you like I said, you just level up too fast. And that's a bit of an annoyance more than anything, that you can there's always gear you can use, but it sort of defeats the purpose of getting them as bonuses for doing the mission if you already can't use them because you've got better stuff. So that is it for tonight. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.